Alright, so if I could get everyone's attention for like at least a moment, maybe two. We're the Wolverines of Justice. We're a comedy group and we'll be doing a show. Louder? Okay. We are the Wolverines of Justice and we'll be doing a show tonight. My name is Michael Davis. I will be the first performer. Before I start, I'm sorry, I just thought you wanted to watch me do that. Alright, so for the longest time, I didn't drive. I would walk everywhere or ride the bus. And you know, a lot of people talk about how riding the bus is terrible. Like, there's so many weird people on the bus, and occasionally, you know, like weird stuff happens. Like this one girl was talking about how she saw a guy propose to another person on the bus. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. That's maybe like 1 in 4 bus trips or something. Most of the time, you just sit around on the bus looking at people for a couple of moments and then trying to stare away awkwardly before you have to talk to them. This is incidentally what I like most about bus rides, not talking. But occasionally, there are those people you just can't help but stare at. Like, I remember this one lady, she had the digits 805 tattooed to her neck. And I thought this was fascinating. I mean, no one gets the digits 80, no one gets their area code tattooed to their neck without a story behind it. So of course I came up with my own story. It was about how she had a lover. His name was Roman. He was lover, gangster, lord of the dance. And he proposed to her by offering to get the digits 805 tattooed to her wedding ring finger because he didn't have enough money for a ring. But she declined because a gangster leads a dangerous life, and should he die, he would never be able to marry another because of the 805 tattooed to her ring finger. So instead, she got it tattooed to her neck because that's better, I guess. But of course, this is a bus, so I can never actually verify this story, so I have no idea of knowing whether it's true or not. But so eventually, I did learn to drive, but before I did, I also had this story about how when I learned to drive, it would be around Christmas. And when Christmas rolled around and I got my license, my parents would have this nice, brand new car outside with a bow on it. And I'd be like, oh, hey Dad, I noticed there's a new car out. Oh, don't worry about that, it's your mom's. Well, then I took my driver's test around Christmas, and when I got there, I was, you know, going through the motions. They make you do all that stuff, like test the brake lights, test the left signal, test the right signal, and then I got to honking the horn, and my horn wouldn't honk. Apparently I can't take the test if my horn can't honk. I don't get it. If I'm going to pass the test, why do I need the horn in the first place? That's ridiculous. But eventually I did learn to drive, which had a couple of repercussions. One I'm really surprised by, which is that, you know, I actually ate less fast food after I learned how to drive. And part of the reason for this is that I go to In-N-Out a lot, and I don't know if any of you know this, but In-N-Out isn't actually fast food. And let me explain this. Okay, it has a fast food menu. You go there, you order a burger, a fries, a Coke, whatever. But you wait in that drive-thru line for 15 minutes. I could go to a sit-down restaurant like this one, order something, and in 15 minutes I'd have my food. How is that? No, it's not fast food. It's like a diner, an over-glorified diner. But anyway, so recently other stuff happened to me too, like I turned 21, and they gave me, when I turned 21, I was opening my birthday cards, and one of those things, after these are really elaborate birthday cards. They give you, like, there was this one with a little fist that popped out and stuff, and I was looking through them, and I couldn't help but notice that none of them had money in them. I mean, isn't that a point of the birthday card, is to get money out of it? I mean, the card costs like $5. You could just give me $5. That would be great. I'd have $5. I would understand even better. You could you could make me a card out of money. Make this entire birthday card out of $5 bills or $1 bills or whatever. I would understand. I would appreciate it. I would remember it. That would be the greatest card of my life. But anyway, there are other things that I don't like about turning 21. Like, you know, when you turn 20, you know, you're not a teenager anymore, but you can relapse occasionally. By 21, that's not acceptable. You have to be responsible. And you're also allowed to drink, which is a conundrum, because drinking is supposed to, it's not very responsible of a thing, but on every single one of the bottles of alcohol that you ever purchase, it says drink responsibly. Now, because I'm an educated adult, I know what drink responsibly means. It means that you are responsible. As in, if you drink too much, you vomit, you are responsible for that vomit. Or alternatively, if you say accidentally buy or deliberately buy a beer or any kind of alcohol for an underage person and they vomit, you are also responsible for their vomit. Man, that's a lot of responsibility. I don't know if I can handle that. And you know, these kids these days, like, I mean, it would be nice if these kids knew their limits, so, you know, I could give them the alcohol and then they wouldn't vomit, but kids don't know their limits these days. Most of them barely even pass trigonometry. I'm sorry, I just did a bit on underage drinking, and I ended it with a math joke. Anyway, so I was with my friend the other day, and he opened a See's candy bar, and out of it he got a golden ticket. What? This isn't Wonka candy. This is See's candy. Aren't they supposed to do the golden ticket thing? Isn't that their thing? Man, like, I mean, mind you, the Wonka ticket is a lot better. It gave you, you know, a free ride through a psychedelic mindfuck of a factory, and this one only gave you a free chocolate bar. But I mean, things just haven't been the same since Charlie took charge. It's just ridiculous. Standards have really dropped. I hear they underpay those Oompa Loompas, and they just feed them chocolate. I mean, delicacy or not, chocolate, I can't be healthy for you. I'm sorry, I'm just harping on. I'm just an avid member of the OLCLU. That's the Oompa Loompa Civil Liberties Union. Yeah. Anyway, that's my bit, but they also wanted me to introduce everyone else, so I'll do that. But before this, I'll warn you that as the night goes on, we're going to do progressively more and more offensive material, which this warning serves two purposes. One, it means that we have a good 20 minutes of safety or something like that. And the other is that if you get offended and you leave, we'll be just as offended as you are. All right.